Thank you very
and
much.
hope you are enjoying your time over here.
Yeah, it's
Fine.
great. It's great. I'm rather lucky to have been able to join the team here, and in such best, beautiful environment, greenery, and surroundings, beautiful people around, plus the lot of think tanks. Such a great experience. Pool is also here. So along with the learning of business, possibly we are into looking within ourselves. That is more of a carrying out activity which are related to the inquiring your own mind, exploiting your own assets.
Okay. So, how do you feel like this is a very different kind of a merger between the business entrepreneurship coaching, and along with that, we are also having some kind of inward journey, or you can say spiritual side of your side. So, what do you feel about that?
Yeah, okay. Here in this case, what we feel that entrepreneur himself is the firstly as a leader. Leader is thought, leader is in action, which is expected to be there. So therefore, a leader, when you say number of qualities, if you just list out them, you will find the most of the qualities or the higher qualities of the human character and their actions are related to the inborn or innate qualities which are within the human beings. So one would see that if you develop within yourself, possibly you will be better leader and
Correct.
you will take better decisions. You will be able to take your business to very high levels if you look within yourself. And after all, the customer, who is customer? He's like you only. So
Right. He's
therefore, you
also
know
any other
yourself.
human
You
being.
identify something of that nature.
Correct.
Okay.
And yesterday we carried out a very important activity, that was figuring out who your target audience is, and we did that activity on a chart paper, which probably was a flow of things. So what is your say about that?
So when you say business, business is nothing but what we are now trying to say. It is the changing the emotional states of customer, which relates to the and creation of customers for your business. If these are two major aims of business, then what happens is the identification of your right customer, which is important. After all, the sea of human beings around, it is not possible to reach to each and everyone, and it is a futile. So therefore, we as when we have product or service which is aimed at giving something particular to a particular section, it's very important. The first step would be to identify who is likely to be a customer. So therefore, to be able to get to the customer, then we study the entire life cycle of that business, which says, yes, which say first we identify the gaps, then pain points, then what are their impacts on this thing. From the impact, who are the people who are receiving this kind of
Correct.
impact,
So
and
you
then we
felt that
analyze.
that activity
Yeah.
was important, that
Yeah.
helped you?
Yes, it was very, very important activity. I think it's a beginning of your thinking or right way of doing a business. I think that's
How do
correct.
you think, as that activity has helped you when you talk of it as looking it into your business?
Yeah. So in my case, I have been able to, I'm looking at the SHRM as one of the verticals which I am developing. In fact, the product is already in market for basically retrial as such. It is under sampling. So here in this case, I have been able to get to my identify few more uh, customers which possibly I never thought of earlier.
Okay.
Now I said, okay, these are the like maybe consultants, HR consultants. They would be able to recommend my product to various companies. So that is how I thought
So that
possibly it has helped me
so
out.
this activity gave you
Yeah.
a better clarity of
My
who
own
your
business.
target audience can be in
Correct.
your
Correct.
business,
Correct.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. And what is your say on the normally entrepreneurship coaching, and that is conducted in some hotels or something resorts. So what do you feel about this
No,
kind of an
actually,
environment?
see, we are rather lucky. In fact, the thought process which has gone behind selection of place, and you know, when we value our culture, our customers have come from such culture. So
Absolutely.
therefore, we are now by being there with them, being in a similar environment, we are now trying to connect ourselves to that. Secondly, with our rich culture, which is the kind of some kind of discourse which is taking place here, we are in process of relearning something better in life to be a good human being. So as a businessman, I'm looking at the society in a larger way as to how can I contribute rather than how can I squeeze the money out of people. That's what it
That's
is.
great. So we would be coming on back to you for many feedbacks. Thank you so